$61,000, and it's also uncoupled from the stock market. As the stock market reaches new all-time highs, we have traditional finance waging war against nation-state Bitcoin adoption. The US budget is out of control. A melt-up is coming. Game theory is playing out. Peter Todd is not Satoshi. Welcome to G'day Bitcoin, the Bitcoin news with the fast facts. Diving straight in. CryptoCon. I think we'd all like to know, what is taking Bitcoin so long to go and do something? When you look at previous cycles, it all makes sense though. 2012, 2016, 2020 were all miles away from all-time highs, October 8th. But 24 is just an inch. We are ahead still of all other cycles. 2012, 16 wouldn't see all-time highs for another 5 to 6 months. Perspective is key. Bitcoin is doing great. If you have a look at this green little arrow here on the left on all these charts, from that moment, that's signaling October 8th, 2012, 16, 20, and 24. From there, it's gone up and to the right in a parabolic rally. We are just getting started. Do not get shaken out. Now, HBO documentary that came out, Money Electric, kind subscriber shared their login details with me last night. I watched about 24 minutes of it. I've got about an hour to go. It's not so bad, but Peter Todd is definitely not Satoshi. So Craig Wright has come out saying the HBO documentary is BS. On this, I think we should take him at his word. After all, Craig Wright is the world's foremost expert on not being Satoshi. HBO, hyped BS outlet. Yeah, we know the type. Slick packaging, lights and glamour, all style, no goddamn substance. They crank out the noise, selling you the same rehash crap with a shiny new bow. Thinking if they throw in enough explosions, enough sweet talking, you won't notice they're feeding you reheated garbage. It's the old carnival trick. Flash you something shiny, distract you from the emptiness behind the curtain. They peddle it like it's the gospel. Like you're supposed to bow down and say, "Thank you, sir. Can I have some more?" But all it is, man, is smoke and mirrors. They're the sleazy, used-up car salesman of TV. Promise you everything, deliver you a lemon, and slap a price tag on the ride. We're going to get into 58K back in play. We have dropped below $61,000. If you're a legend, smash the like button on your way in. Greatly appreciated. It does help get the Bitcoin message out there. Peter Todd is not Satoshi, neither is CSW. In regards to the documentary, it's actually not as bad as what it's been said, and there's some pretty good Bitcoin signal within it. If you put aside finding out whoever Satoshi is, we don't know, we won't know, and that's a good thing. Wall Street bets, the S&P 500 has hit a new all-time high, and Bitcoin's down and to the right. We'll get into it in a sec. But first, I thought everyone would find this very, very interesting. So Samson Mow featured heavily in Money Electric, going around orange pillar nation states, warns of covert operations to pervert state-level Bitcoin adoption. Jan 3, CEO Samson Mow suggested traditional finance institutions operate in the shadows to prevent more nations from following El Salvador's path of integrating Bitcoin into their financial systems. Mow commented on a specific case involving the World Bank and another nation. Institutions, the TradeFi world, are acting behind the scenes to maintain their relevance and prevent Bitcoin from achieving high levels of adoption on the nation-state level, according to Samson Mow, whose company specifically focused on increasing the reach and penetration of Bitcoin in nation-states globally, has declared that these institutions are not idle and are actively working to stop countries from taking their first steps into the Bitcoin ecosystem. So as proof of these allegations, Mow stressed that after the company met with the president of Suriname last year to study the adoption of Bitcoin to battle inflation and debt in the country, Suriname received a visit from the World Bank. After this event, all communications were dropped and radio silence ensued. Samson alleges these institutions use debt and financing to force developing nations to comply with their economic plans. The loan sharks need to keep the global south in check, he colluded. They actively work against Bitcoin adoption because it does provide you a level of freedom, a level to become a sovereign individual in your own life. You do need to take the keys into your own hands. That's why they hate it so much. Power to the people. Obviously, it's done amazing things in El Salvador and for anyone that's been holding it for any amount of time. So let's hit refresh. We're lower than this now. 60,953, all the way down to 60,670. So 58,000 back in play. It is very possible this is back on the cards. Anything under 61,000, in my opinion, is a freaking opportunity to be able to buy, stack, and chill. Won't last long, whatever happens. The amount of liquidity coming into the market is going to absolutely rip us up. We showed you that chart right at the start. Can bring it up one more time. Right at the start. Up and to the right. We're only here in all these cycles. Whatever happens now is designed to take your Bitcoin off you. Please don't get shaken out. 62,499 was the high, low of 60,400 in the last 24 hours. Range bound has pretty much been the same over the last 7 days as well. Don't get scared. Now, the US budget deficit skyrockets to 1.8 trillion, burning through $16 billion daily. They can't stop spending. Won't play all of it. It's 3 minutes 56. We'll play about a minute worth.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. According to the latest report from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, 2024's federal budget deficit has now hit $1.8 trillion. That's with a T. It's the highest level in 3 years. We're getting this news as economists try to parse the presidential candidates' plans to see how much they would add or maybe hopefully subtract at some point. But I don't think this is part of it, the deficit and debt. Joining us right now, House Budget Committee Chairman Jody Arrington. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Andrew.
So $6 billion a day is the cost.
Unsustainable. At some point, we're going to run out of other people's money, and the people we're borrowing from, some of our foreign creditors like Japan and China, by the way, will stop loaning us money to pay for an ever-growing government where we have almost $2 trillion in an annual deficit. If you look over 10 years, we're going to add over $20 trillion to the national debt. We're paying over 50 cents on every dollar just to service the debt.
It's unsustainable. US dollar's crashing. Fiat is crashing. It's going to crash for the rest of our lives, which is good news if you're holding Bitcoin. If you're looking for a reason to be able to smash that buy button, the world's going to shit, or the fiat world's going to shit. Thank God we have an option, thanks to Satoshi. Now, game theory is in play. Plan your exit before the gates are closed. It's Dutch Parliament is in favour of an exit tax for wealthy nationals. Too many of them flee towards Dubai, Switzerland, or even Portugal and Spain. Power of Bitcoin, especially KYC-free Bitcoin. They absolutely hate it. This is going to happen more and more and more in every country. Tony, the Bitcoin way. Who is more important than BlackRock or any government? You. Secure your money in Bitcoin with self-custody and protect your freedom. You don't have much time. Contact the Bitcoin way to get started today. Who is the Bitcoin way? Channel partner, channel sponsor. But they're designed to help you master your Bitcoin, self-custody and cybersecurity. To get the Bitcoin off the exchange, to run your own node. Our power went out last night. I did put up a little bit of a video. The node kept going. It was the only thing that was still running. Got a PSU, a power supply unit as well. So it kept going, securing the network, and a little bit of food for thought. There are ways, even when all the power goes out, to be able to continue to run, to be able to continue on Bitcoin. It's freedom money, freedom technology. The first 30 minutes is free, and they can help you become a free sovereign individual. Link at the top of the description. Check them out. Now, 58K. Everyone in the chat is super excited for it. Let us know where you are tuning in from. And if you haven't already and we vibe, hit subscribe. You will get the news 5 days a week. I was meant to be away today. We'll get to that at the banter. It'll be next Tuesday. I won't be streaming live. However, in the meantime, 58K back on the card, 60,797 at the moment, which is looking nice. Bitcoin's dropped below 62,000, shows Bitcoin price remains on delicate ground. The battle between Bitcoin buyers and sellers continues as Bitcoin price falls close to a key level of support. Bitcoin's recent recovery above 63K was an attempt to reclaim the short-term holder cost basis, STH. But according to Glassnode analysts, a key on-chain metric reveals that Bitcoin is resting on delicate ground. This recovery, which saw Bitcoin rise from a low of 59,850 October 3 to a 7-day high 64,444 October 7, saw Bitcoin rise above its short-term holder cost basis, which currently sits at 62,500. So we're a little bit below, trying to cause mass pain in the markets for new buyers. If the market fails to hold above this level, however, it'll put a large cohort of recent buyers under increasing pressure, Glassnode analysts said. Glassnode analysts, they use the UTXO realized price distribution tool to determine the current cost base circulating Bitcoin. The analyst reveals that the spot price is located within a very large cluster of coins ranging from $52,000 to $63,000, suggesting small change in price can affect the profitability of a significant number of investors. So this chart, it paints a picture of a market that rests on delicate ground with a large volume of supply likely to be sensitive to the next major market move. Yesterday's call and unlikely, 58K back in play. If we get it, it's truly an opportunity to just be able to hit the buy button. If you've been studying Bitcoin, you understand what this is. They won't last long. Under 61,000, it's a good day. I'm going to start layering in every couple of $100 down once we get off this stream this morning. Let us know what you're up to. Peter Todd, again, I am not Satoshi. Really quickly, if you can give me a little bit of permission, without health, there's no point getting wealth. Me and my best mate started rarejerk.com.au. Some of the best jerky in Australia. Everyone that tastes it said it is the best. The carnivore jerky pack, the original jerk, it's salt and beef. It's like a steak put into a packet, dried, sent to you. It's a superfood. It's a health food. If you want to support the channel, if you love jerky and you're in Australia only, unfortunately, you can check out rarejerk.com.au. For everyone, though, we do have the Rare Jerk manifesto, why we're doing this. There's a bit of an ode to Bitcoin in there if you're interested in checking it out and what we stand for. QE Infinity, thanks very much for the support. QE Infinity. Whoops. So say the Fed cut rates again, mortgages don't drop, or God forbid, go higher. Then we're in a situation where the Fed has lost control of the bond market. This situation is fun for now, but it's actually terrifying when you really think about it. The financial system's on the edge of breaking. Rate cuts were supposed to push mortgage rates lower. The opposite, in fact, has happened. Fed easing hasn't led to lower mortgage rates, with the 30-year fixed rate actually rising since the first rate cut. Mortgage rates closely linked to the 10-year US Treasury yield, which has also risen over that period. Friday's blockbuster jobs report reinforced these moves and extended increases. Everyone in Australia here is calling for rate cuts because they over-leveraged on their houses, cost of living's gone up, the money printer's just been going wild for the last couple of years. And they think when rates come down, everything's going to get cheaper. In fact, the exact opposite is most likely to happen. We are going into a melt up. Everything's going to cost more. Electricity, food, groceries, gas, hard assets, Bitcoin, house prices can absolutely rip. New Zealand Central Bank, they just slashed rates by 50 basis points in the second straight rate cut. Australia's still lagging behind, but maybe not a bad thing. Slowly, then suddenly. It's good if you're prepared with hard assets. For everyone else, unfortunately, they're probably not going to have fun staying poor. But I think this is designed. This cycle we're going into, they've been trying to decimate the middle class and have a bigger divide between the haves and the have-nots. The people with Bitcoin will be moving towards the have sides. People without it will be the have-nots, or at least hard asset. Unfortunately, I think the pain for the everyday person is going to get a whole lot worse. Well, most substantial reporting to date. The FDIC and the Fed were using backroom pressure to try to unbank the crypto industry in 2023. I don't care about crypto in general, but this attack played out with Bitcoin as well. Regulators intentionally avoiding putting any of this into writing to evade freedom of information requests. Operation Choke Point 2.0, smoking gun. What this comes down to, two sources, including someone party to supervisory conversations, said that regulatory agencies have been careful not to put their directives to cap crypto deposits in writing, potentially to protect themselves from freedom of information requests, in which requesters can ask the government for specific unreleased documents. Two other sources agree that the attempt to keep this directive from appearing in writing is broadly understood amongst the regulators themselves, as well as the aforementioned banks. What I pull from that is they don't like it, the government hates it, they don't like you holding Bitcoin. Traditional finance doesn't want nation states adopting Bitcoin. Maybe there's some reason to therefore adopt Bitcoin and go a little bit harder. It's like Bill Gates. He doesn't want us eating meat. Every time I see it, I want to eat more meat, and I do eat more meat. These evil people, and we're going to dive into Bill Gates very shortly. This is just a public service announcement. If you can share this far and wide, please. Texas Slim, Appalachian Ranch Relief, Hurricane Helene. It's on in 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you can share this, if you can join the space, if you've got the capacity to, I'll try tune in. I've got a very, very busy day today, but I'll see what I can do and get there. But if you can please jump on at Sean Clark 911, Seanclarke 911, and repost this. It's the second last thing that I've shared this morning. It'd be greatly appreciated. Now, shout out to Fred Krueger. The Big Bitcoin book is here. I look forward to getting it for the coffee table, looking at it. We'll get rid of Fred's voice. And checking this out. When it was on sale, like the postage to Australia was like $245 or something. I'm like, Fred, I'm not paying that. Let's sort out something a little bit better for it. I'd rather be stacking sats. But I do like having Bitcoin paraphernalia absolutely everywhere, very clearly. That's how we do it. Anyway, well done, Fred, for getting it out. I look forward to seeing the signal that you dropped there. Time chain calendar, most important. Price is really irrelevant. But we are at block height 864,941, 7:47 a.m. local time. Reminds me of Boeings. Hate it when I'm on a Boeing. Anyway, 60,733 at the moment. Sats, they've gone up from yesterday even more, which is absolutely grand and glorious. The market traps fallen. It was at 1.23 trillion. Today it's at 1.2 trillion. But 1,647 sats sounds like a pretty bloody good deal to me. And let's have a look at average block time. It's really running a little bit slow at the moment. 10 minutes and 41 seconds, down 20.78%. The hash rate in the last 24 hours is up, 12% yesterday? Reminds me of 2 weeks ago where it was all over the place. We'll see what happens. 7 days, it's down 2%. 14 days, down 1%. 30 days, really doing nothing. 90 days, it's up 0.6%. So the trend up and to the right. Just need the price to actually happy. My mum's should almost get her funds for a self-managed super fund. If my mother could buy it $58,000, that would be absolutely freaking amazing. For anyone's parents that are not on Bitcoin and they want to retire in the next 5-10 years, now's a bloody good opportunity. And it really doesn't matter whether it's $45,000, $58,000, $64,000, $73,000. Right now, zooming out, it's all good. It's like say we buy it at $58,000, which it could wick down to. And I hope it does. I really hope it does. But say you buy it at $58,000 or $70,000. It's like buying a $1 million house for $60,000 or $70,000. Much difference? No. Does it really matter? Not at all. It's just a bit about perspective. Now, Hurricane Milton, absolutely insane. It looks like it has been downgraded a little bit, but I just thought this was absolutely fascinating. Takes up like 1/30 of the Northern Hemisphere. It's freaking massive. Hopefully everyone is all right. That guy, if you've seen him on social media, Lieutenant Dan, in a boat, he reckons he is instructed by God to stay in the boat. Hopefully he survives, but balls of steel, that guy, diamond hands. I need to get him onto the Bitcoin train. Hopefully he does okay. Absolutely insane, but just my thoughts, my prayers are with everyone. Hopefully no one receives loss of life or destruction. They're crazy. It's a big event. Excuse the language this morning. Now, Bill Gates, I think he's the most evil man in the world. Yeah, probably. I think he probably is the most evil man in the world. And I also believe Bill Gates believes he is doing the right thing with his intention. Japan warns Bill Gates his days are numbered after abortion drugs were found in the vaccine. I don't know if this is fact-checked, if it's verified. I don't know if it's real news or fake news. I have no idea. Just reporting what I've seen. And I don't think it's unlikely. I don't think it's impossible to be true. Japan has sent a clear message to Bill Gates. His time is running out. With the government's COVID task force swiftly uncovering his crimes, the walls are closing in on the globalist king. Japanese scientists, are now taking a stand urging international prosecutors to bring a case of crimes against humanity against Gates. Among them, world-renowned experts like Dr. Fukushima are raising the alarm, revealing shocking discoveries that some vaccines contain abortion drugs designed for depopulation. They warn there is an overwhelming evidence suggesting Gates isn't finished yet. He has plans to inflict even more harm. In the near future, it's time for the world to unite to bring him justice. I'm surprised we don't have another pandemic right now leading into the elections. They're trying it, I think, with bird flu and monkeypox, and people weren't buying it. They are starting to wake up to the nonsense that is going on. Please never stop fighting for your freedom, especially the misinformation, disinformation, Bill. All the conspiracy theorists were right about fluoride in the tap water. More and more states now are removing it. You can take action into your own hands. The government's not going to save any of us. All we can do is look after ourselves, our friends, our family, hit that big, beautiful big red buy button, enjoy it, but you need to be able to protect it, and then maybe it is a good idea to get a second passport and have some KYC-free sats. That's the news, super quick one. We are going to dive into a bit of a banter if you're hanging around. G'day. If you're shooting off, tap the like button on the way out, be a top G, and hit subscribe if we vibe. Greatly appreciate everyone being here on this grand and glorious morning. It's going the wrong way. It's starting to go back up. We've gained about $300 over the last 15, 20 minutes. Can somebody get the 58K gang back in control? It'd be nice. It'd actually be really good for Bitcoin to bounce down, shake out some of the weekends, and allow us to go back up. Even if we don't, this opportunity under 61,000, still good, in my opinion. McLovin, good to see you, legend. Michael in the house. Jurgen, g'day from Austria, brother. Good to see you, mate. McLovin 58 Kang, let's effing go. Oi, mate, and all. Good to see you. Retro Beaver, Zig in the house. Coin Bureau has interesting info on Chokepoint 2.0 and Silvergate Bank. Skull effery of the highest order. I'll check it out. Guy does some pretty cool in-depth videos, but then he goes out and pushes the shit coins, which is so frustrating and infuriating. But so I haven't watched him for a couple of years now, but I'll go out and I'll follow that one. Getting ready to trade more of my fiat crap for the world's hardest money. Buy the frickin' dip. Retro Beaver knows exactly what's up. Hey, g'day. 1 million more sats in the wallet today. You're frickin' legends. And I know that you've got it in self-custody, on steel, and now it's just time to be able to play out. Well, and repeat. Just keep doing it. Eat meat, Bitcoin, repeat. Talk about a boating accident. Lieutenant Dan, sheesh. I'll see if I can bring it up. This guy's wild. Absolutely wild. And is anyone in Florida? How bad is it? It looks like it got downgraded to a category 3 if it works out, like we have cyclones here. But if they use the same metrics, category 3 is nowhere near as bad, obviously, as a category 5. But it just looked hectic, and there's some massive big tornadoes. So hard to know if things are AOA or not. But check out this one. This is crazy. Massive tornado wreaks havoc in southwest Florida amid Hurricane Milton. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Wow. The power of nature. I'll see if I can find this Lieutenant Dan guy. He's absolutely insane. Maybe I'll just search for it. Lieutenant Dan. And shout out to Lieutenant Dan. We've got an epic subscriber called Lieutenant Dan. Well, so he's there. He's doing okay at the moment. The guy's insane. Good on him. What an adventure. What a pretty bloody cool adventure. Let's see if we can bring this.
We got 3 hours.
Let me put my ears on.
We got 3 hours until high tide, and we're checking in on Lieutenant Dan. His boat has risen a little. Dan! Lieutenant Dan! Are you in there? There he is! Dan! We need an interview! There he is!
He's still going. What a trooper. What an absolute legend. Old school warrior, just going hard. What an adventure. Absolutely hectic. I don't think I'd be in a little boat like that in a cyclone, although I have been on big, well, not even big cruise boats, boutique cruise boats outrunning cyclones. Absolutely insane when the whole superstructure's going and like you're literally walking on the walls. And then we had to put these things in people's beds to stop them rolling out. Absolutely insane. The power of nature, it's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing, in good and bad ways. But yeah, it looks like he might have lost his seed place in a boating accident. Crypto Crypt, good morning, fellow Aussies. Good to see you, mate. What state are you tuning in from? Global money supply has been increasing significantly. There's absolutely no reason why we are sideways and trending down for 8 months. It's totally in line with other cycles. If we go back to when we were at the $9,000 level, it's pretty much exactly the same. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Yeah, let me bring this up. Not the best chart, I apologize. But here, going along, what's this, April, July, and then back to October. It's the exact same price action. It's not to be unexpected, and it's going to rip. It's designed to shake people out, for people to get absolutely sick of what's going on. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But when you do what is hard, your life will be easy. But if you're choosing the easy option to be able to sell, your life's going to be hard. New South Wales, big fella. Nice. Love New South Wales. I'll actually be at Cheat Code in 23 days. No, in 13 days. On the 23rd, I'll be flying down to Sydney for a week, which will be pretty cool. Let us know if you're going. Be super cool to catch up. Price suppression, I don't know. No, not at all. Lieutenant Dan has legs. Hey, Don, say 58K. I have no... Hey, Don, say 58. No idea what that means. But anyway, that's the banter. If you want to get shaken out, if you want to be a little bitch, go ahead. Bitcoin is designed to make you rich, to be able to make you wealthy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be handed to you out there. It requires work. And these opportunities for it not ripping have been the greatest opportunity to be able to stack. It was like stacking at $9,000. In the last cycle, I started buying at $20,000 US. It dropped all the way down to $3,000, bought it all the way up to about 30-odd thousand. And then as it just kept pumping, I did something dumb and started selling at about 45,000 to between 45 and 55,000. It went up to $69,000, and it came all the way back down. And thank God I went back in and went hard with that. But since then, I've bought from 17,800, which was the low, and the high 73,400, and everywhere in between. We just keep buying every week. There's no excuse. The whole fiat system is failing. It's falling apart. Bitcoin is the world's hardest, superior, best form of money to ever exist. And if you don't get it, please just read the books. If you've got more than $100 within Bitcoin and you haven't read the Bitcoin Standard, that's on you. Your education is your responsibility. Do my very best to give you the fast facts and to be able to give some nuggets, but it really takes some concentrated effort to pay attention to Bitcoin. There's so many great books out there. There's so many resources. If you're getting shaken out now and you don't think 100K is coming, it's coming. And then 1 million is coming. In my opinion, that's what I'm here for. And number go up, like, that's great. Put that aside, be here for 1 4-year cycle, and you'll be happy with what you get out of that. And then the money side of things, you're good. You're sorted. You're sweet. Then we get down to the point of what Bitcoin is. It's the separation of money from state. It allows you to literally be free, to be able to choose what you do with your own money, where you go. You can keep the 12 or 24 words in your head and you can just move. It's super powerful technology. It just works, and it is designed to give freedom back to the people. If you're annoyed that the price has gone sideways for the last 6 months and you haven't been making the opportunity of stacking it, Really, I think the people that are annoyed that it hasn't gone to $100,000, $200,000 straight away this cycle just yet don't have enough, and they're hoping to get rich quick. Bitcoin's about not getting poor quickly, or not getting poor slowly, and building long-term generational wealth. That's my opinion. Scared beaches can stay poor. I'm sick of it. Honest, some peeps are old. Some of us don't have 20 years to wait. I want my wealth within 4 years max. Yeah, that's fine. 4 years, happy days. That's no stress at all. You'll be sweet. Read the book. Read the books. Lettuce hands are scared. GW, 4 years. That's a huge time frame. If it was me, and it's what we're doing, is going hard as possible, which we have been doing for the last 4 years as well, or 5 years now. It only takes 4 years. You'll be right, mate. Please don't get shaken out. What else are you going to go into? Hold it in cash, depreciating, what, 7, 10, 12%? And what, very likely we go back into not triple digit, but double digit inflation very soon when they fire up the money printer. Stocks, it's just another house of cards, isn't it? No fundamental underlying value there. Best of luck. I think you'll be all right, GW. You'll be good. 4 years, you're sorted. Absolutely sorted. And 4 years, hopefully much higher. Yeah. Over any 4 year time period, Bitcoin's done 100%. That's a double on your money. 100%. It's like 10 years in the stock market. That's the minimum. The second lowest was 200%. After that, it was like 420%, I believe. Or maybe it was like 100%, 200%, 240%, then like 400 and something percent there. And the cycle of diminishing returns, it depends what bazooka they fire off with liquidity. The whole world may go into the biggest liquidity injection money printing cycle that's ever happened in human history. We're here, Bitcoin will react. I'm optimistic. Bitcoin, to me, I don't know, between 60,000 and 1 million, it's all irrelevant. That's what I'm here for. That's when we really start to make waves and separate money from state. In the meantime, we can just do as we please. Anyway, be blessed. Have a beautiful day. Please do something nice for yourself, for somebody else out there. If you want to check it out, rarejerk.com.au. But most importantly, it's a freaking good day to be able to buy, stack, and chill. Peace.
Everything seemed normal. Successful businesses were functioning as they usually should. Money was being placed in the bank as savings. Life was good. Nobody notices anything funny. But 2008 hits and all hell breaks loose. Everything we thought about money and the banking was a complete lie, a complete sham, a Ponzi, a scam. The whole world fell apart and a lot of people got hurt financially. And as a result of this, the Bitcoin white paper was born. But yet the same mistakes keep happening over and over again. People are leaving money on their institutions up until the last straw, FTX, when billions of dollars were lost, families were decimated, life savings were completely wiped, and people were wondering what on earth just happened. We have an option to take full custody of our funds, and that's Bitcoin. We just have to learn the process. It's not hard. It's just something we've never had to do before. Otherwise, the same mistakes are going to keep repeating themselves, and people are going to continue to get hurt over and over and over until they learn you need to exit the system in order to protect yourselves and your loved ones.